Hey, what's going on? Back with another one, back with another one. This is Sunday Dailies, the 24th edition, and we got some battle rap insight on Max 3. We're going to talk about that and the results of Smacks. I should say Summer Madness 13. I forgot to mention y'all about it last week. It was last Saturday, right? This past this past 2 Saturdays ago, not yesterday, last night of last Saturday, but the Saturday before. They said Son of Madness was okay, and there's some good artists. I think I mentioned it. I don't think I mentioned it, but I think they did pretty good. It was a good card, but Smack was okay. He did his thing, but ARP, man, last night, of last week, or sure we say that week of the beginning of the month of September the 2nd. Oh my God. They said it was entertaining, and they did their thing. Everybody did their thing. They say Ill Will did his thing. They said he did his thing against Hitman Holla. And I think it's pretty cool. I need to see some highlights of it. But Ill Will did his thing. Everybody said they did their thing. And basically they said Verb did his thing, but Verb did good. So basically Verb showed up, but it probably was too close. When people say it's close, that means Verb didn't really win the battle. A lot of people try to say he was too. I don't listen to idiots and fans. No, no, that's their nut riding. That's why I don't like battle rap like that. I like the battle rap back in the day that you actually get to see it and you can determine yourselves. These so-called fanatics, these derelicts, right? That's ruined the sport. The nerds, they say, right? That's these nerd niggas, man. It's the nigga nerds, what they would say, right? These nigga nerds ruin battle rap. They in all these certain spaces. That's why, like I said, that street shit is outdated, man. This is why I think Daylight was tired of it. I'm tired of it. Me personally, those guys can't fuck with them Philly rappers like that. Now the trenches is gonna be this coming Saturday, not from yesterday of last Saturday, but this coming Saturday of this week. They're gonna do something different now. They got a good card, I've heard. This is just a little battle rap news and whatever. But they said Max Out 3 sold out. Wow, Verb did that. He's a hell of a a promoter with his promos, but that battle, he did okay. I ain't saying he did something spectacular. Verb is gonna be Verb. I know how he raps and all that stuff, but he did his thing. He said some good lines. I just saw some highlight him. I said he showed out. He showed out. And I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I hate to say it. He need to do that promo off. If he wants to promote the battle and all that, yeah, Verb needs to do that. No one really cared, but that's Verb though. But Verb has to be Verb. But most people say they want to see Ill Will and Verb. I still gonna pick Ill Will over Verb any day. I don't care if a Verb. Just that's just me. I'm picking Ill Will. Verb, not so much. He is what he is, man. Like I say, he's a cokehead. He wasn't that thin when he first came in. No, a Verb was. He had some size on him. That cocaine drains your weight out. I know that because I know people that used to use it back in the day when I come from. I had some drug addicts in my family too on both sides. So don't ask me how I know, and I know I've seen it. It's not good. Lay off that coke, man. They call him cocaine Verb. Yeah, you can tell he's a coke addict with the cocaine. He's a snorter. And that's his damn problem. I know he's from St. Louis, but damn. But that's the Midwest for you. But we ain't gonna get into that. We already know their history. But anyways, but I found out that Yoki was Bahamian. She mentioned that in one of her recordings in the summer, and then she went to Bahamas. Salute to Yoki Stirrup. No, I mean she's got an entertaining channel. She has a hell of an entertaining channel. That channel is probably one of the best review channels you can get on YouTube, even though with 1 million subscribers. I watched her when she did not have 1 million. I started subscribing to her when she had like 300,000. I think it was I think it was 2 I subscribed to her 2 years ago when she had 300,000. I remember when she had 300,000. I subscribed when she had that many, like 350,000 or something like that. I was subscribed to her with like 350,000 2 years ago, and she has some great content. She had good content 2 years ago. I watched her, and then I watched her the next year. She really blew up. I watched her blew up all the time. But this year she got 1,000,000. It took her 2 years to get 1,000,000. But salute to her, by the way. She got my support on this channel, and I'll continue to watch her stuff. But man, that stuff is wild, man. But a lot of people just get caught up on the moment, and just a little battle rap news, just a little such and such. But you get to see what you get to see, right? And I'm just saying, like, it is what it is. But that A verb, man, I'm just like, what are we doing here? Like, are you a promo now? Or are you just gonna battle rap? But they say he did pretty good. As for so far, but I'm just looking at it like this. But I'm just chilling. I got my hoodie on. I'm about to go work out. You know what I'm saying? Like, get my arms and everything else done. My legs, whatever. Do all that and then start my day. Because I'm just gonna drop something for y'all. But it's a recording because my last recording got messed up. It's just something about these recordings. They just get caught up in the moment. But you gotta understand something. That's how they get down. And it's just like it's just what it is. But I'm just gonna see something. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just looking at something. I forgot. I hope it don't get hit, but you know how it is. But just a little sound. Damn, I can't believe I make that many videos. I'm just looking at what's going on, but yeah, people say Max Out 3 is pretty good. It's pretty good for so far that they said sold out, and that's good. That's a great sign. RBE is doing his thing. And if y'all don't know what RBE stands for, is Rare Breed. Rare Breed Entertainment. It's a battle rap league, and salute to ARP as always. I mean, putting on a hell of a show, and I salute what he's doing. I'm glad certain people support that platform better than URL. URL doesn't give a fuck about these battle rappers and their money, man. They got to get paid for this shit so they can entertain their supporters. But the way the looks of it, they just over here bullshitting. Some of them half-ass and not giving you battles like Mook and them. So it just goes to show you that people still love battle rap, man. They still love the competition. They still love the things that they do to keep the things are interested in. So battle rap has always been a staple on YouTube. I don't think people understand that. Philadelphia had it first since the 90s. We're talking about battle rap in the 90s. Now, battle rap's been around before. There was Philadelphia running it on the internet and VHS tapes. We're talking about battle rap in its purest form in the 80s. I mean, it's a different type of battle rap. You want to talk about New York and up east? Yeah, New York had it. They expanded on it with the key guys. There was a few people. If you want to go over in the 70s, that was it. 70s and 80s was the thing. But if you want to talk about hard knocks, just straight acapella, Philadelphia got that. They got the acapella. They actually invented it in the 90s. The acapella in the 90s, and they just start flowing. That's too raw from the streets. And they say it started in 99. This is what K Walker was saying. And I agree with that. That is very true. If you listen to K Walker and them Philly guys, they tell you, yeah, they've been around since before that. A lot of people try to say it's 2000. No, y'all wasn't around when they had VHS tapes. They had VHS tapes. They didn't have DVDs. They came out of the VHS tapes era and DVD. So they invented the VHS and the DVD era because they was before Smack. See, a lot of y'all don't know the history of battle rap. We talking about modern battle rap. We're not talking about the 80s, and this is where you niggas don't know nothing about rap. Like y'all do, but y'all don't really understand the street rap. Like battle rap started in a basic form. Yes, we could say NY, but from a 90s perspective, nobody was really doing it. I mean, they was and getting on and battling people inside. That's cool, but we're talking about straight acapella. And the only one that did it on a street level was Too Raw for the Streets. And his name is damn, what's his name? Star. His name is Star. Salute to Star and Too Raw for the Streets and the history. Yeah, it's on my channel page. You can follow his stuff, and he can tell you. Now, most of the stuff that he recorded was in the early 2000s on VHS test. It did start in 99, the late 90s, and then the early 2000s. So it did start in 99 at first, and he's got some from 99. He got some from 2000, from 2000. I think from 2000 to 2003, or most people can say it right now. The younger generation, they call it 2001, 2002, 2003. But what we called it back in the day, we call it 2001, or not just 2000. No, we say 2000 through 2008. That's how we call it back then. We call it in the 2000s. But in reality, if you want to be correct, politically correct, most people call it what, 2000, right? Like they say 1900s. You know what I'm saying? But that's just the thing. That's how the newer generation. I heard someone say that in a boxing documentary, how they pronounce the years because they wasn't around at the time. They were younger. But people don't realize that back in the 2000s, we're talking about the early thousands. Y'all just don't know. Y'all just don't know. It was a great period. Now I watched some of the old stuff from their VH tests on YouTube somewhere around 2008. Now I've watched all the old battles, what they did back in the day. Them guys was doing it, but it was getting recognition on YouTube later on. And I'll say '05, and then we start seeing in '06. That's when they got notoriety. Now '07, that's when they really blew up. You start seeing people doing battles and things like that nature. They coming in there and challenging people, and like I said, Georgia had was, like I said, he was a beast out there in Philly. Let's just keep it real. It was him, Hollow Man. Yeah, you have Reed Dollars. You have all them guys. Meek Mill, or known as Meek Mills at the time, but he was out there. A lot of those Philly guys was just monsters out there. And yeah, you had Tech Nine. Rest in peace to him. The one from Philly, by the way, he was killing it. Challenged people from Harrisburg and all that. That dude, when he first came out in '09, when they had the Philly versus New York thing with my son, that was epic. Philly, to me, Philly won that. Now, Mook did beat Young Hot. Young Hot was from West Philly. Young Hot wasn't ready for Mook, and everybody thought Young Hot was the guy, but Mook won that. He bodied dude. I'm not gonna lie. Murder Mook bodied that dude. Now, Murder Mook did lose to Georgia Had back in the day. A lot of people try to say he didn't. Yes, he did. Had destroyed that boy. And nobody wants to talk about that on Smack. Yeah. Ain't nobody want to talk about that, period. Because they weren't around when Joey was mopping them boys, man. Them Philly guys can spit. I'm not gonna lie. And they have that. That's raw talent. Now, New York got some spitters, but Philly's the land of spitters. See, they don't want to deal with Philly because Philly inspired a lot. Like I said about state property inspired Jay-Z's music. Most of them niggas is from Philly. Gilly will tell you about that. Major figures in state property, they were the thing back in the day. The '90s, they was battle rapping on street corners. And then you had state property enhanced it, and then Too Raw for the Streets in the late '90s. Man, they had the 2000s. They had it on lock. And then Smack came later. He didn't come before. He came later and was inspired. And next thing you know, he did his thing. And that's when you see the Smack DVD era. Now, the Smack DVD era is mid tier right behind Too Raw for the Streets. No, Too Raw was first, then it was Smack. So I'm saying there was other leagues and everybody was competing. And then when they turned into a league, thanks to Smack, he called it URL. So y'all going by 2010. I'm talking about past 2010. I'm talking about Too Raw for the Streets era. And then Smack was the tail. Always remember that. Smack wasn't the key guy. No, Smack was brand new. Hell, if you want to go by '06, '07, that's when Smack came around. Or if you want to get technical, 2008. Smack was on the street corners. This is when Mook was battling Jay Mills. So back then, that was a different time period. So when you look at it now, it's just like it's just commercialized. It's corporate now. These leagues became corporate, getting sponsored by radio deals and record deal companies, and They're making lots of money. They're making thousands of dollars, millions of dollars, and this shit is growing. Battle rap has came a long way when I remember. Even when I was on YouTube watching some of the battles, they came a long way, man. That shit is that shit is relative. Y'all act like this shit is brand new. Yeah. Let me hold on for a second. Let me go on mute. Sorry about that. I had to knock that off my thing because that can mess with this app. I can't have nothing playing in the background. Even when it's muted, it always messes with my app. This is probably the biggest con of restreams is that it's the playback in the back. And if your internet connection is not as it could be subpar sometimes. So you got to be careful, and you got to be in a good spot. That's the thing about this one. This one, you got to be in a great spot. It's strong right now, but once you take the tabs off, it's very sensitive. That's why an app on a phone, I would love to, but I ain't got a thing connected to a microphone. And no, I got to use it on the laptop. I have to use the camera that y'all get to see and whatever. That's my little setup. I don't need a big ass setup to no. You get your laptop, get you with a nice camera. I don't deal with cell phones. Cell phones is not the way. They try to say it was the way probably in 2021, and prior to that, it was 2000. I mean 2020, or should we say 2020? It was not the wave, bro. No, it was not. No, everybody been doing cell phone content for like least I'll say 2012. That's 2012 shit. Prior to that, everybody was not doing it on the cell phone. They was doing it from cameras. See, people, I want to tell you how YouTube production is. YouTube production, most people did it with cameras. And yes, they had a microphone, they had an interface. But in reality, if you was trying to get big, that's the way to do it. But in reality, nobody was talking about taking gear like that. It was basically how loud you sound, how you heard yourself in audio, but audio was key. But not only it was key, a lot of people try to say it was lighting. No, actually, you need both. You do need gear in some aspects if you're trying to compete with others. But what we're doing right now is like a podcast setting or recording setting and all this other stuff. Yes, I got the equipment. Yes, I got the stuff in the laptop. People ask me anything. Yeah, just get it and just do your thing. But what I've done is I minimize what I did because back in the day I didn't have none of the shit that y'all get to see. So I'm saying I done graduated. I done seen a lot. So I'm not gonna talk about my success like how I got this channel the way it is now. I'm just taking advantage of it. So it's like, but we're not trying to trip off of that. I want to see this bullshit after I get done. Like a little drama. Oh, by the way, yeah, I'm just looking at my stuff. Videos. Okay. Okay. My oldest. See, I was recording most of it on through the computer with a cell phone. Or should I say camera phone or how you want to say it. Um I was doing cell phone content years ago, 11 years ago, man, on a cell phone and then recording it, recording that shit, I believe. I think I did it on the cell phone. I recorded and all that stuff. Think did it wasn't a camera, but it was on a cell phone. I did it on the cell phone, and I record that shit. That's how I did. I recorded on the cell phone. I didn't have a camera or anything. I think I did on a computer. Yeah, I did it on the computer and then recorded. That was I'll give you an example. I did that from the computer recorder and it had a video save thing and it had a camera. It was a Dell computer. It was a Windows computer. So the ones you see, the face in the white and the black and white, that was the time that I had a Dell computer. It had decent audio. So I had a microphone inside the computer. Not this what you see now, but I gotta show y'all because I gotta show y'all and see get the gist of what I'm talking about. Okay. Okay. Let me put myself out of here for a minute. Okay. Now we'll get into the nitty gritty. Um, let's see right quick. I'll check Rumble out later. I'm gonna tell you about my channel, content, and all that. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. I'm just looking at something right now. I'm just looking at. Let's see. Okay. Okay. I'll show y'all later about I don't say my content, but okay. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Let's see how long. I don't want to draw this out too long. Yeah. I kind of paused for a minute. I was just trying to see what's what. But if you notice, I did this all on the cell phone on the new caliphate and all this. I did this on a cell phone and uploaded on YouTube and all this other stuff. I download the files on the computer, right? I had a cell phone and I download the files on the computer that I had. I had an old computer when I cracked the screen when it glitched out on me. I was wild then. I was young. Didn't know how to operate computers at the time, but I learned from experience and that was it. Well, actually, when I lost my channel, yeah, I was young. I was devastated. Oh, some BS. Cracked my screen and all that other stuff. But that's a whole nother story. Not the ones I was recording right here. This is a new computer, I believe. I believe I downloaded, and at the time when I was coming back, I cracked my screen. It's something. I had it on my other channel, my old channel that's gone, but this is probably a new computer, probably the same one with a different computer. Then I had another Dell computer that did this with the camera. That was a different computer. That other Dell computer I had, the older one, I think I got it as a gift. It was pretty cool. That didn't last long. Trade that in or sold it or something like that. But this one is from that old Dell computer. It's the Inspirion. I had that, and then I was recording on the phone as usual. And this is actually from the laptop, by the way, the laptop camera, and they have a thing you could save your videos and stuff like that. What I was doing with the black and white and the white right here, I was fucking with the computer on the fucking Dell Inspiron. I had Dell Inspiron for a minute, for a long time, and that was a Windows computer. You know what I'm saying? Like and I saved the video from Elder Young Ones when he broke down Yashra. Salute to him. I support, and that's how I got those views. So I did some of that. I can do that type of content. I don't do it as much, but it is what it is. But you get to see what you get to see here, and the rest came from that computer with the thumbnail and all and talking. A lot of that stuff came from that computer, and with the camera, and don't put myself on the camera like that, not showing my face and all that. I've proved I've done this, and then I saved photos from websites and y'all get the picture. Black Georgia, how I saved it, posted up on there, and in the book. It's actual book. You can find it somewhere, but it's in the Atlanta library somewhere. But yeah, I was on that, and then I did the cell phone content again. See, the Hannibal, the same thing. I saved the pictures from that and all that other stuff. So it's basically, the rest of it is just cell phone. You notice I was on it, right? But the difference was I did it on the software with the microphone, which y'all looking at me now. So, y'all know the deal. Y'all know the deal. Y'all know the gist. Y'all know the gist. Y'all know the gist. Let me show y'all my Rumble shit right now. In case y'all don't know, if I never post as much, I'm over here making content over here at Rumble. You can find it if you want to follow whatever. Yes, I talk about that pregnant girl that was murdered in Ohio. She was resisting arrest, and they accused her of stealing liquor. I don't know if they still gonna talk about it. I mean, they talked about it a little bit last week in the so-called communities, but they haven't. And it's typical shit from YouTube. My thoughts on the so-called spaces I don't fuck with no more. But yeah, you can check this Rumble out. It's free. You can sign up, and then you gotta create a channel to extend the videos and match it out. Rumble's pretty decent. It's a little different, tough getting used to. make some adjustments, and I'll be all right. But if you want to subscribe my extra content where I go really extreme on current events, y'all can support the ones that want to really support me. If not, that's cool. But I'll make it work. But that's it on that. Yeah, that's my Rumble channel. It's 360 Infamous. You can find it. You can support whatever. If you're new to it, if you're new to me, I talk about other things besides this modern spaces and things like that. I'm in different types of subscriptions of people's content. So mainly, yes, I'm gonna be me. Um, only time if you ever see me camo, it's gonna be Sunday dailies. This is gonna be a normal thing. Got to use pre-record some way. I gotta record on Sundays and talk about it. Mostly, I don't do a whole lot of live streams. I done did a ton of that, and it went left. Had fallouts with some people. Then I learned I'm good on my own, so I understand how to do it. Now, am I doing good live streams? Absolutely, with the Thirsty Thrills so far, but that thing is a whole different story of itself. So we don't really apply pressure on that. So, but that's all I got, But yeah, the battle rap Max Out 3, it's a success for most people, and some people just looking at it like it's okay, man. And that's the big picture they looking at. But my cell phone's acting crazy right now. But done broke the case. I need a new sliding case, a holder, and that's pretty much it. That's just something that I gotta see. So with that, until next time, shalom to the people of Israel and the Gentiles, of course. As always, shalom to y'all, everybody. Until next time, we'll come with Sunday Dailies, the 25th edition. Y'all check out the Thirsty Thrills, of course. Of course, the 73rd edition this week on the 7th. Yes, I will be live. And we're going to talk about some interesting things. And yes, I said what I said last week. I stand on it. And it's going to be very interesting. I ain't going to talk too much about the 2024 because we're going to see some surprises. I'm just going to let it play out. And the Trump thing, I'm not going to get into it because I know how sensitive y'all boys are. But it is what it is. So with that, until next time, I will see y'all this Thursday. Might drop some recording Wednesday, may not. I'll think about it. I might hold back off of it because I'm not recording this late summer, but in the fall, you may see some fewer recording. So it depends on how I feel. I may give y'all a vlog show. I might talk about some random thoughts. So with that, until next time, and I'm signing off, and I'm out.